So if you're curious about what Jonathan Masters, what the next project is, what's going to happen in 505 minutes, you see here that we're going to see Kentucky in the Civil War. So if you're dying to know what Jonathan Masters talks about when it comes to Kentucky in the Civil War, in 506 or 7 minutes, okay, so it's going up. So in 507 minutes, it's probably not very accurate. We'll just ballpark it in a week. You'll see what's up. But this has nothing to do with the Civil War. Actually, it kind of does, because there is a Civil War that's going on in Kentucky right now. And the Civil War is between the good people and the bad people. So you have, we're going to talk about Willa Glendora Blanc. Okay, we're going to start with her. So they call her the Corvette girl. I don't know why, but she kills a millionaire, right? There's a 73-year-old Walter Sartori, 73 years old. I think she might have been like a worker there, and they put her in. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life without parole on January 4th, 2012. So she's going to go to jail forever. They said she kidnapped a millionaire, burned his body, and then raided his bank accounts. So, yeah. So, I don't know who this Walter Sartori is. Generally, I mean, this just makes me think. I mean, it could be a Margaret Garner type of thing, right? So, you got, in Boone County, you had the Boone County Protestant rapists in there raping Margaret Garner. And Margaret Garner was a slave woman, right? So, she's getting raped, right? This is right before the Civil War happens, and also the rise of the Know Nothing Party. So, Margaret Garner is getting raped. Beat up and enslaved and shit. She runs away. It's actually the Margaret Garner story is the Toni Morrison's Beloved. It's based on a true story, but her Beloved is based upon the Margaret Garner story. So Margaret Garner, she has all like 3 or 4 kids, and then she runs away. She runs away from Boone County, crosses the icy Cincinnati or the Ohio River, and she's in Cincinnati. And while she's in Cincinnati, the authorities find her. So she was in a barn or something, and they were coming fast up on her, and so when they got there, she just started killing her kids. She like hit her boy over the head with a stick, and then took a dagger or a knife and sliced her daughter's throat. So Margaret Garner, because of the oppression, because of the bullshit, tries to fucking get away. The Fugitive Slave Act said even though you're in Ohio, you must give us our property back. So as soon as she ran away, white people formed a posse. They got into a fucking group with their horses and shit to fucking say, hey, you're a damn slave, so get in fucking line. And when they did that, she killed her own daughter. When she killed her own daughter with that one very action, she was able to say something that all the abolitionists could not say. And basically, she said that death is more preferable than slavery. At least with the daughter. I don't know if that's actually true, because it sounds like she could have done it out of liberation, but it also sounds like she could have just killed the kid because it was the Massa's kid. So the Massa loved the kid more than anybody else, but she either A, didn't want it to have a bad life, or B, just wanted to piss the Massa off, right? No, now your kid's dead. I had my own kids, and then you went ahead and raped me. Now your kid's dead. So this gentleman here, he's he's not the chief of police. They call him something else, but he is the chief of police of Ellesmere. So Ellesmere, that's right next to Sanfordtown. That's right next to Erlanger. Ellesmere is what Sanfordtown is today, and Ellesmere has there's a city building, but it's where St. Elizabeth South is. So that's where I was born. I was born in Ellesmere, right? So I have a lot of like German Gripschover heritage. History when it comes to Ellesmere. This is the chief of police. The reason why I'm pointing him out is because this entire thing is about Boone County politics and how every fucking politician in Boone County is a corrupt piece of shit. Okay, so this man, he hasn't done anything specifically, right? He's got that flat top haircut, right? Sporting the 1980s flat top haircut. And white male, blue eyes, right? So typical, profile of a police officer. But he's actually, his son-in-law is the man that murdered Samantha Ramsey. Samantha Ramsey, 19-year-old preschool teacher, right? Because that's what Boone County is doing. They're not killing criminals. They're killing preschool teachers who's just driving away, right? Shut up, sit down, do as I say. All you're not going to do as I say, jump on the hood, pow, pow, pow. Now you're dead. What the fuck now? So the son-in-law of this man is Brueggeman, right? Tyler Brueggeman. So Tyler Brueggeman is this man's son-in-law. So that would mean that his son-in-law, that means what? That means his wife, child, right? So this is like his stepdad, right? That would be like his stepfather. So this is a stepfather for this guy, right? So he's very much connected with a lot of, the police officers, which it's not a surprise, but it does kind of say that Tyler Brockman has friends all over the fucking place, right? He's got friends with the chief of police in Ellesmere. He's got friends, a lot of friends in Boone County, the sheriff and the county attorney, and anybody and everybody he's ever talked to. So, anyways, that's this, man. And it was actually kind of hard to find some of this information because it's not easy to get a hold of. They call him Colonel Tim Thames, okay? So Tim Thames is the so-called chief of police of Ellesmere. Now just look at all these guys, right? White male, white male, white male, white male, white male, white male, white male. The only one is this guy looks like he's got a little bit of color, but sometimes those brown and black police officers have to show off for the other white guys, and they have to be even more racist and even a bigger dickhead. So Steve Ponko, I have more hope for him. But, this bald guy here, I hope it's just being bald and it's not being a skinhead. They actually, compared to like Boone County, these police officers seem nicer. Ellesmere, that would be in Kenton County, which is right next door. So, they got a full set of hair. Officer David Berg got a full set of hair, but still white males. And I remember actually going into Ellesmere police station, and Lisa Napier robbed the fuck out of me. Comes into my house, takes my fucking money, takes a lot of fucking stuff out of my apartment or out of my room. And they didn't give a shit. They was like, what's her name? What's this? What's that? Ah, fuck you. We don't want to fucking file this shit. Oh, okay, thanks for being out here protecting and serving me, you pricks. So, she fucking robbed me, but who gives a fuck, right? Because, you're just a fucking man. Who gives a shit? It was a little disappointing, but I don't know. This isn't about Chief Thames. This is about Tyler Brockman. And it's about the Boone County politicians. Okay, so Boone County politicians, you have like 4 competitive races that are up. So if at the worst, let's assume that all the police officers, all the King's men will not fucking file any charges against Tyler Brockman. Okay, say this is the man. Jim Crawford is the man that's going to run the special. He's a special prosecutor, and he's supposed to fucking charge Tyler Brockman with the crime, and then they're supposed to push it on through. Now, either he could charge it, or he could put it through the grand jury and get the grand jury to indict. The grand jury can indict by themselves. They don't need a prosecutor there. They can meet up. I think that's true. I don't know. But it seems like grand jury, they should be able to indict whoever. The prosecutor is not allowed to sway the grand jury one way or another. It's supposed to be a non-biased thing. It's supposed to be the grand jury's decision. So you're telling me 12 fucking citizens of Boone County have been meeting 2 times a fucking month and nothing's been done? And as of yesterday, the mother of Samantha Ramsey said that the grand jury has indicted nobody. So if the fucking citizens, the 12 citizens who meet with the grand jury every fucking month have decided amongst themselves not to fucking pursue this, fuck them. Those are bastards are fucking, they're part of the whole fucking thing too. This massive cover-up is so fucking sick. It's so fucking sick, but it just shows you that they have no fucking morality. That's why I point out this very first thing here, okay? So, the very beginning, right, she kills a millionaire. She's, I guess they found blood on her hands or something. And this is given to Linda Tally Smith. Linda Tally Smith, the youngest person to ever be Commonwealth attorney. She's a woman. She's beautiful, gorgeous woman, right? So she, even if she had no power, she'd have 50 men lined up around the block ready to, do whatever she wanted to do at her beck and call. But she's a person that has power. So that's like a Sarah Palin, right? A Sarah Palin that's governor, right? She's a beautiful woman who has power. So, before you had 40 or 50 men ready to fucking, lay down their lives and, ready to do anything and everything. Now, with power, I think you probably have more. I don't know. So, you figure that out. But let's see. I want to talk about this. Okay, so let's see. We're talking about Blanc expressed no remorse in court for the death of the 73-year-old Walter Sartori. Commonwealth's attorney Linda Tally Smith said she has not shown any remorse to date. So Willa Blanc, that's the black woman, right? Corvette girl. Why the fuck would they call her name is Willa Blanc. Let's give her her own name. 50, pleaded guilty last month to avoid the chance of being sentenced to death if convicted. So she didn't want to die. She accepted life in prison. The former cleaning lady who kidnapped a Hebron millionaire, duct taped him to a chair in her basement, burned his body. When he died, stood silent Wednesday as a judge sentenced her to life in prison. Former cleaning lady, right? So she's a former wage slave. Hebron, that's in Boone County, just like those Boone County Protestants who fucking was raping the shit out of Margaret Garner, which was Toni Morrison's Beloved, the book that, I just fucking talked about. So This sounds like identical shit, right? She's a fucking wage slave to a fucking rich ass fucking millionaire. Do this, do that. And then it says that she didn't show remorse. And it's interesting what she says. Linda Talley Smith says there's a difference between feeling bad for what happened and feeling bad for the fact that you got caught. She's a very proud person. I think in her own mind she's found justification. So, what's the justification for killing Samantha Ramsey? In Tyler Brueggeman's mind, he found justification. She tried to kill me. She tried to run me over with the car. He's chasing the damn car. He's jumping on the fucking hood. She didn't try to kill him. She didn't try to run him over. That's a lie. So that means Tyler Brueggeman found justification for his fucking murder. And then who rules over fucking Tyler Brueggeman? That would be the county attorney. That would be the judge executive. And that would be the Commonwealth's attorney. So they all have found justification for why that 19-year-old girl had to die. That 19-year-old preschool teacher. How dare that preschool teacher on a Friday fucking night go out in the middle of a fucking field and have a party? How dare her? How dare she? She deserves to die for that. That's what the fuck these assholes are saying. That's the justification. So they found justification. And while I was picking on the grand jury, I could pick on a lot of folks. I could think, who's got arrest powers in Kentucky? You have the jailer who's got the arrest power. You got coroner who's got arrest power. And then the police officers, the sheriff, right? So, and then you also could have a county police and the judge executive. The judge executive and the mayors are the one that controls the cops. There's the executive. So I think the executive branch could put hands on you. I think the executive branch tells everybody what to do. They're the ones that enforces the law. They're the main enforcer. So it all stems down from the executive branch. So the judge executive, he could have had a special task force or run the county police. He could have got somebody to arrest, right? So he could have got an arrest. The coroner could have arrested Tyler Brueggeman, and the jailer could have arrested it. Also, anybody on the sheriff's department could have arrested Tyler Brueggeman, including Michael Helmig, the sheriff of Boone County. Any of these assholes, if they really cared about the truth and justice, if anybody else murdered somebody, they would have been charged. They would have been put in jail. They would have been put in jail for several months. They would not have been released on their own recognizance. And they certainly wouldn't be allowed to drive around with a badge and gun and all this other shit. So the fact that they did it with a badge and a gun, oh, well, fuck, murder isn't even a goddamn crime. Bullshit. They killed a fucking baby girl, and that's terrorism. These fuckers are terrorists, okay? They're fucking Ku Klux Klan, fucking neo-Nazis, ISIS fucking terrorists. They are killing our baby girls. They're killing our fucking daughters. And she's 19-year-old preschool, teacher. She was no harm to anybody whatsoever. And they killed her. The definition of terrorism is anybody, it's warfare against the civilian population. So in war, typically it's military versus military, right? So if you go into, like William Tecumseh Sherman or George Washington, if you just go into the Iroquois neighborhood and you burn all the villages down, well, you're not just attacking the warriors and the men, you're killing everybody, the whole population. And that's like to shock them for a political purpose. It's terrorism. It's fucking terrorism, okay? So this is terrorism. They are killing our baby girls, and nobody's doing a fucking thing about it. They said with her, right, a black woman, like a Margaret Garner, a fucking house worker, so a fucking wage slave who could have been getting beat up or raped. I don't know what the justification could have been, but the, they find, they fucking say, well, she's found justification. They act like all fucking high and mighty, like they're fucking different or better than her. They are the exact fucking same as her. Instead of actually, they didn't murder the person, but they're covering their fucking asses up, and silence is consent, which is why I say, the 4 competitive races in Boone County, they're all judges races. You have a Supreme Court race, well, you got 1 Congress race. So you got a Supreme Court race, a Court of Appeals race, and then you got a Circuit Court judge race. All $1 million positions, and then you have a representative race. So you got 4 competitive races. So let's assume all these bastards, all these motherfuckers with arrest powers, the coroner, the jailer, the sheriff's deputies, and there's like a whole bunch of sheriff's deputies. I saw one picture somewhere. But you see, you have a whole picture of all the deputies. So there's probably about 50, 100 fucking cops or so that's in Boone County, and not a single one of these fucking police officers have arrested a murderer. They allowed a murderer to walk around in their ranks, and because he got a badge and a gun, it didn't even faze him, right? They walk up to a scene, they see the dead body, they see him, he admits to fucking doing it, fucking shows the evidence, here's the dash cam, and everybody's allowing this shit to go on. They're suing him for $6.5 million. And I don't know if her mother deserves all that money. It's hard to put a price on a life. But the $6.5 million is for punitive damages. Fuck these bastards. Y'all want to go around murdering people and then cover that shit up, not bringing any charges on anybody, and then just what? What the fuck? That motherfucker should be fired automatically. He's fucking fired. See you later. Adios. Because if you defend a fucking person who murders somebody else, you're just as fucking guilty as them. If you're in a position of power and you sit there and you don't file charges on them, but you'll file charges on dumb, petty, dumb jaywalking bullshit and speeding tickets and all the stupid shit that they fuck with the general population, they'll fucking indict you, send you to grand jury, fucking just send you to the damn cleaners, right? To push you and force you and coerce you to get you prosecuted or to agree to some fucking plea bargain. Because that's a fucking game to these assholes, to fuck your life up. But if one of them mess up, you can't cross the thin blue line. They all cover their fucking asses up. And that's why none of these cops are fucking true or honest. They're all corrupt bastards. If they're honest people who believe in truth and justice, then the rule of law states that nobody is above the law. If you're for truth and justice and you saw one person murder another person, I don't give a fuck if it was a sheriff or the president or a fucking governor or goddamn anybody. Yeah, murder is a crime. And if as a society we can't even say that murder is a crime, and I guarantee you, Boone County, you fucking Christian fucking Republican fuckers, you fucking Republican selfish corporate sucking, Mitch McConnell wannabe motherfuckers, fucking bastard rat pieces of shit, you fake fucking Christians. You don't give a fuck about murder. The Ten Commandments, isn't murder in the Ten Commandments? That's one of the cornerstones of fucking Christianity. And y'all can't even say that murder is wrong. Well, they can't say murder is wrong. Here's the Commonwealth and County Attorney of Boone County. Boone County, you got the Honorable, right? They're all honorable, right? The Honorable Linda Talley Smith. Oh, so fucking wonderful. She's the Commonwealth's attorney, which means she controls Boone County and Gallatin County. So she covers two different districts. Linda Talley Smith does. She doesn't give a fuck about fairness and truth and justice. Like I've never talked to her myself, but just those two counties, Boone and Gallatin County, they're the most corrupt fucking counties you will ever fucking encounter. So county attorney for Boone County is the Honorable, fuck the Honorable thing. So it's just Robert Neese, okay? That's his name. I don't know why we have to fucking say he's honorable. I don't know if he's honorable or not. If he's fucking allowing people murder people and not saying shit, that's not honorable. So the dishonorable Robert Neese, the dishonorable Linda Talley Smith, these bastards have fucking allowed Tyler Brueggeman to fucking murder one of the daughters of Boone County, and they have not brought any fucking charges against anybody because they're fucking corrupt bastards. They see the cops as themselves. They don't see the public at themselves. They only give a fuck about their friends, the rich and the powerful, the corporations. But when it comes to working class families, poor families, homeless, anybody else that's not in their little circle, their little clique, they will fucking rape you and they will fuck you up. And if they happen to kill you, who gives a damn, right? So this is Honorable Linda Smith, Honorable fucking... the dishonorable Linda Talley Smith, and then the dishonorable Robert Neese. So these assholes could have brought charges for him if they chose not to. Linda Talley Smith hasn't been talking to the fucking media. The whole thing is one big fucking cover-up, okay? So who it falls on to, who's supposed to prosecute, would be the county attorney, Robert Neese. He chose not to. Or it goes to Linda Smith, and she chose not to also. She writes a letter to the governor, and then they appoint a special prosecutor. They appoint a special prosecutor, and they have an independent panel, right? All this just sounds like one massive cover-up. So the Kentucky Civil War thing is going to be here in about 1,247 minutes. So it's much higher than the 500 minutes. But anyways, okay, so nobody's brought any fucking charges. Nobody's done a goddamn thing. Tyler Brueggeman's walking around, free as a bird. Nobody's saying... I think, actually, somebody could just fucking arrest him right now. Put that motherfucker in jail. That motherfucker could flee. He could run away and shit, right? And he murdered somebody. What happened to Marco Chapman in Kentucky when he murdered somebody? They got killed. They got fucking murdered. And he killed somebody. And if I was a prosecutor, of course I would fucking prosecute him and get him to a jury trial, right? They do that. They did that shit to me. Fucking Gallatin County motherfuckers over some dumb shit. They tried to murder me. They tried to murder me, and then they put charges on me. So these fucking bastards, I know personally, they would rather convict Samantha Ramsey, who's dead, who didn't do shit, who's innocent, than to fucking convict Tyler Brueggeman, because they think they're supposed to defend the fucking police. No, if you're defending the police, that means they're a rogue military unit, can do whatever the fuck they want to do. That is not your job to defend the police. Your job is to prosecute the bad guys. And the rule of law in a democratic society says that nobody's above the rule of law. So it doesn't matter how powerful, how rich you are. If you commit a crime, then you can be held accountable for it. That's the rule of law. Unfortunately, we don't really live in a democratic society. It's just bullshit. We say democracy to bomb Iraq, and we say democracy to brag to the world that we got elections and shit. But the democratic, like, actual ideals of fucking rule of law, bullshit. If you're a king and queen and you got money and you're a corporate fucking whore in Kentucky, you will never get in trouble for a goddamn thing. And it's because of these assholes here. So the independent special prosecutor and the independent panel is made up of police officers from Fort Mitchell. I think it's Fort Mitchell or Fort Thomas. I think it's Fort Mitchell and Independence. And I don't know. They have like 3 different, like from Kenton, I don't know, all over. If it's Independence, that's actually Boone County. So they had like 3 Campbell County Police, Fort Mitchell Police, this man, and then another, they had like veteran police officers from all over the place with this special task force fucking meeting. So yeah, great. 20-year fucking veteran cops who've all fucking covered their own fucking asses and each other's asses up. Yeah, this doesn't sound like a big fucking cover up. Here's another big ass fucking point of contention. This asshole, right, this Jim Crawford, he's the prosecutor. This man's going to decide to bring charges. He's going to decide to put it to the grand jury, or he's going to cover it up. Samantha Ramsey's dead. Who gives a fuck? I'm just Jim Crawford. I don't care about dead fucking daughters in Kentucky. So this man, the reason why I doubt him, he looks genuine, nice haircut. Seems like, hey, I'm serious and you need to do as I tell you. So Jim Crawford, hopefully he's a good man. I don't know. The reason why I doubt him is because he used to work for Linda Tally Smith in Grant County. So he used to be the bitch of that bitch. He used to be her little fucking go-to, her gopher man. Hey, gopher man, do this, do that. Yes, Linda Tally Smith, whatever you say, Massie. I'll hurry up and go and do whatever you say. Once you begin, that type of relationship where you're just kissing the motherfucker's ass, the oppressed love their oppressors. So this motherfucker loves Linda Tally Smith. She's a beautiful woman. Who the fuck couldn't just love her? Even the people that she's like convicting. I've seen several pictures where she's like convicting people, and they're all looking like, they're looking at her like, wow, she is wonderful. She is so great. I couldn't find many pictures of her, but here's one picture here. And it's the best picture that I found. And these other pictures, she has she's got a Facebook page, and straight up, right, she's a bitch, right? Right there, female dog. So we all know she's a bitch. I mean, fuck, being a beautiful woman, I'm sure everybody, she probably thinks her fucking shit don't stink. Now she got power, so she's beautiful. Got power. Nobody can fucking touch her. Nobody can do shit to her, right? Well, the rule of law means if she breaks the law, she could be fucking convicted too. Commonwealth's attorney, UK College of Law, UK, big shocker. That's fucking white town, right? Adolph Rupp, that motherfucker hated black people. He was the last fucking school to allow black players on the fucking team. The racist fucking prick. She lives in Union, so she lives in Boone County. She's from Erlanger, which is also Boone County. So she's been a Boone Countyan, her whole life. Linda Tally Smith. Let's see if there's any good photos of her. She's actually hasn't been talking to the media. There's no fucking video footage of her. All we see is her name. And so that's slick. That's slick. But if you're an honest person, you should be forthright with information, telling everybody what's going on, let everybody know. So here's a picture, right? So, okay, here's this. He's going to go to fucking jail forever, right? He's going to be put in prison forever. This man is supposed to be defending him and shit. And this woman is going to fucking rape the shit out of him. She's going to fuck the hell out of him. So he didn't kill a 19-year-old, girl. But she's going to fuck him over anyway. He didn't pull a Tyler Brueggeman like this cop here, right? This motherfucker is probably going to go kill. This is Tyler Brueggeman there. He's probably going to go kill, Samantha Ramsey right after this fucking meeting happened. So this is her, right? She's got, pretty face, blonde hair. Looks like blonde highlights. She ain't a really natural blonde. Looks like she's got, she's pretty well endowed. So she's a sexy woman, right? Sexy woman who, all women love women, men love women. No one gives a fuck about a man. And in the Samantha Ramsey case, it seems like nobody gives a fuck about poor women either, right? That's the only fucking thing I can think that Samantha Ramsey doesn't have. Like, what the fuck? Aren't we, at the very least, we save the women and children. Titanic saved the women and children, but they ain't even protecting women and children now. So, I feel like as a man, of course, these motherfuckers ain't going to give a fuck about me. But the fact that they killing baby daughters and shit. So this is Linda Tally Smith, right? She's fucking youngest. She's also a Republican. So she's a fucking Mitch McConnell corporate fucking dick sucker. She probably fucking arrests a lot of fucking working class people, poor people. If you don't have a lawyer, you'll get fucked over. And look, she's got kids. Right? She's got kids and she's got a husband. So when Tyler Brueggeman goes and kills one of her kids, will she fucking prosecute? Will she stand up for righteousness and truth and justice in? Or will she just say, fuck it, who gives a damn? Right? So here's actually a really good picture of her. So, you know, the Facebook, we get to see her actual face. So she looks not as dashing as she did in that blurry picture, but that's who she is, and that's who her husband is, right? And actually, I think her husband's a fucking judge too. So these motherfuckers, this is like a really powerful couple, right? This is probably somebody you don't want to criticize. But they allowed fucking murders. They have children. They can't understand that Samantha Ramsey is someone's daughter. They can't understand that Samantha Ramsey is a fucking life. You know, these assholes are covering the fucking terrorist up, and I think silence is consent for the grand jury, so those in power, she could have convicted them. She could have fucking brought charges down on them. She brought the hammer, you know, down over dumb fucking petty shit all the fucking time, right? She sat there and said Willa Blanc, the Corvette girl, she found some justification for her murder. And let's actually figure out, what justification, you know, what bullshit justification did Linda Talley Smith think was bullshit for her to kill this, you know, this rich, trusting, curmudgeon fucking dickhead, which I'm sure he is. I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to guess, you know, he's fucking millionaire. I get all my money. Fuck all the rest of y'all. That type of mentality, Republican, fucking Mitch McConnell, corporate, right? So I could see him like harassing her, maybe raping her, maybe doing some bad things to her. So what happened? So it says he deserved representation. Met Satori online 16 years ago, suffered from paranoid schizophrenia. Satori did. So he's a paranoid schizo. Satori. So what? He's a fucking severe social phobia and had no immediate family. He had a heart of gold and he had no reason to be killed like that. No, this is all interesting. Did he have a heart of gold, right? Just because he's fucking flirting with you online, says this motherfucker is a paranoid schizophrenic. So a schizo fucking phrenic, she fucking killed him. But, I mean, a schizo could do anything to you, right? What the fuck is this justification? I am, like, dying to know. Sartori's burned body was found in March 2009 in Indiana, about 2 weeks after friends from an internet bulletin board reported him missing. They drove 8 hours to see Blanc sent to prison. Okay, who cares? She's a very nice person, loving, right or wrong. She took responsibility for her actions and she did it with pride, and I'm proud of her. So she admitted to what she did. So this woman has more class. Willa Blanc, Corvette girl, she's got more class than Tyler Brueggeman. He admitted to it, but he didn't admit to doing anything wrong. Well, yeah, he calls it in. She tried to kill me. She tried to run me over. Bullshit, you son of a bitch. We sat there and watched you. You pulled up like a goddamn fucking psycho. Do this, do that, do this. Don't, you know, what, you think you could control 50 fucking people? You're at a party and you're goddamn fucking God? Nah, you're not fucking God, okay? So you told that one guy to stand there, and then you're fucking with this, you know, this person who's driving a car. And before that car went, there was another car that went. So why did you let that first car go, not the second one? Why did you tell that fucking kid? Did he stay there or did he take off? If that kid was dumb, he probably just stood there. But you're fucking shooting people. I'm not going to stick around. You're fucking murdering people and shit just because what? We didn't listen to your command? You dumb. You petty. You a murderer. You're a psychopath. And you should be put on trial. And if I was a judge, I would recommend death penalty. You goddamn right, sending him to the castle in the Cumberland. He killed a fucking girl, an innocent fucking girl, and doesn't give a shit about it. Does not give a fuck. He does not give a fuck. So, you know, he goes to bed thinking he's a good fucking person, but he's a murderer. And justice is an eye for an eye. I actually don't agree with the death penalty in general, but the idea that for negotiation, they was able to put her in prison for life because she didn't want to be tried and be put to death. But I think actually a trial, she could have won a trial. She could have said what happened, right? So it says right or wrong, she took responsibility for it. So they didn't actually say what happened. It says after Sartori's death, Blanc used forged documents to raid his banking accounts, getting more than $200,000. Blanc's son, Louis Wilkinson, 30, is also charged in the case, and he's scheduled to stand trial later. Unfortunately, Walter Sartori died at the hands of two people because they were greedy. It was unadulterated greed. Oh, wow, Linda Talley Smith, you're fucking putting the greed on the house worker. Not the goddamn millionaire who only wants all the money for himself, has no wife, has no kids. I got all the money. Fuck the world, right? He's not greedy. No. That motherfucker ain't greedy. It's the fucking house, you know, it's the wage slave. She's fucking greedy. Why? Because she wanted more than $8 an hour? So Walter Sartori, a retired scientist at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee, worked hard, saved his money, invested it wisely. He had at least $2 million when he died. It's extremely sad. This demonstrates people's greed. Sartori met Blanc in 2008 when she cleaned his neighbor's home. In the weeks before his disappearance, Sartori told friends that he thought Blanc was trying to scam him and even changed his locks, fearing that she had picked up his key. Wow. So maybe she did just try to fuck him over. Investigators believe that Sartori was taken to the basement of Blanc's Union home in mid-February, died a week later. So when investigators say Blanc and Wilkinson drove, what does she say? They have not said what the fuck she says. Like, what does Willa Blanc say about this case? He spent his life avoiding social situations because of the fact he was distrustful of other human beings. The first time that he basically opened himself up to someone who was a stranger to him, it resulted in his death. 73-year-old man, the first fucking time he opens his door to somebody, it kills him. Shut the fuck up. 73 years old, he's never fucking talked to anybody. She is making this motherfucker just like basically Samantha Ramsey, right? This poor old 73-year-old millionaire was innocent. He didn't do nothing, you know, he's a preschool teacher just driving around, not doing anything, and then all of a sudden this evil Blanca Willa just starts killing him and shoots him for no, just, you know what, and actually she had a reason, right? She wanted the fucking money and maybe they fucked him over and shit, but Tyler Brockman had no reason. He had no reason. His life wasn't in jeopardy. He's clearly lying about that. So we know that. His life wasn't in jeopardy. So why'd he kill her? Why'd he kill her then? Because she did not listen to his commands. He was said, slow down, and then she went to speed on past him. How fucking dare you? I saw your eyes. I saw you look at me. You saw that I was talking to you. But the witnesses said they were playing with music. They didn't know they were supposed to, you know, like, fuck. All right. So it doesn't say anything that she says. It says that she was arrested, and at no point does she should have talked to the fucking media. Because I have no idea what it says. Absolutely not, which was why she did it. And it was set for trial at Boone County Circuit Judge Tony Froelich. And Tony Froelich, this piece of shit, is the one that's responsible for Ronnie Lee Smith's death. So Ronnie Lee Smith ran for sheriff in Gallatin County, and he ran on the legalized marijuana ticket. So he wanted the farmers to raise hemp, which it is now legal. Okay, it's now legal to raise hemp, which is what Ronnie Lee Smith fucking wanted. But because he wanted that, they went ahead and fucking threw 3 felonies on him. Bullshit felonies. And then he had to fucking take off and run. And then while he was on the run, he got thrown in jail in Arizona, which he didn't have his medication, which was hemp oil. And his leukemia came back and it killed him. It fucking killed him. So Tony Froelich is directly responsible for Ronnie Lee Smith's death, okay? These are the fucking assholes that run Boone County, okay? They're corrupt. They don't give a shit. They don't care about truth or justice. They will fuck over their enemies, and they will help out their buddies. That's all that is. It's a fucking ruling clique, and they'll help out, you know, their wife and kids and their friends and shit, but nobody else. Fuck everybody else. They want to get prosecutions, and the way they think they're doing good is if they throw your ass in jail. The more people you throw in jail, the better it looks like you're doing, right? Wow, look at all the arrests you're doing. Turns out Kentucky's one of the most corrupt fucking states in, you know, the fucking union. And these judges, so Boone County Circuit Judge Tony Froelich, he's a millionaire. Circuit judge, you're in there for 8 years, you get $130,000 or so. In 8 years, you get over $1 million. He's made a fucking $1 million, and he doesn't give us $1 million worth of fucking judgment. He gets paid $1 million. You can take a second to look at the truth and justice of the situation, to apply the rule of law to anybody that has power, has money, and apply the law equally to everybody. You can give us that. But these motherfuckers, you walk in the courtroom, they just think you're guilty. If a fucking cop accused you, you must be guilty. So, fuck you, fuck your mind, fuck you, whatever you think that happened. No, you stupid ass motherfucker. If I'm around, like, kids are getting into a fight, say I'm, like, playing basketball, I see kids getting in a fight or some shit, and I gotta determine who's right and who's wrong. I'm not just gonna hear one kid's voice and then just say, fuck the other kid, right? Get the hell out of here, kid. You're fucking guilty. You're the one that started it. That's what he said. Well, no, you ask them both, okay? Well, what do you say? Well, what do you say? And then you make a determination. And that's hard to do. Don't get me wrong. That's hard to do, to figure out between what people are saying and then to make sense of it. But the idea of judge is that you should, ask both motherfuckers what's going on, and the evidence should be overwhelming. So these assholes don't know what they're doing. They're a bunch of fucking corrupt fucking pieces of shit. The mother and son accused of kidnapping and killing a Hebrew millionaire scheduled to stand trial, and they don't say anything. They say absolutely nothing why she did it. The schizophrenic genius whose worst fears came true. The New Zealand Herald. So New Zealand's fucking writing about this. His life was governed by fear, convinced that the CIA was spying on him. The brilliant mathematician and scientist moved to a secluded home in Kentucky where he filled the garage with powerful computers and withdrew from the world, devoting his time to stock market speculation. So he's a fucking Wall Street fucking speculation. You want to know why the economy crashed in 2008? Because of the fucking speculation. Ralph Nader had an idea to put like a 0.5% tax on the speculators. So 0.5% of a penny, 0.5% of a penny on stock speculation would make trillions or billions of dollars for education and healthcare and whatever our needs are. Stock market speculation. So yeah, the scientist thing is good. He worked hard in his life, but the stock market speculation, he just fucking short selling, fucking, you know, driving companies into fucking bankruptcy and shit and making money off of it. Helped by a natural genius for statistics, Sartori swiftly managed to amass $14 million personal fortune, but the money didn't make him happy. Instead, voices in his head began to overshadow his life. So this psycho has voices in his head. He's schizophrenic and fearful and all this other shit. Did he do something to her? You know, I mean, I don't understand why she didn't want to die, so she accepted the plea bargain, but we don't hear anything from this woman. We have no idea what she thinks, why she did what she did. She didn't say any of it. We just think it's just greed. She just wanted the fucking money and she's just an asshole. Maybe, I don't know. In the event, his worst fears were justified. At some point last February, the researcher had spent 30 years working at Oak Ridge in Tennessee, one of the secretly built U.S. government laboratories where the atomic bomb was developed, was abducted and gruesomely murdered. Well, that's fucking... So he's around atomic weapons and atomic bombs and shit, and he's worried about the CIA? That's makes me worried even more about the whole fucking system. It sounds like he would be close to the CIA, right? If he's around nuclear bombs. His body's chopped into pieces, driven across state lines, and burned. The ashes were spread in the woodland. Charred pair of steel-rimmed spectacles was all that was recovered. And that's probably what got him. That charred pair of steel-rimmed spectacles. The ashes were spread. They were chopped into pieces, driven across state lines, and burned. Forthcoming of trial, Sartori's accused killer is already the subject of morbid public interest, but the comparisons to the troubled genius at the center of the Hollywood film A Beautiful Mind have made Sartori's murder an object of national fascination. Age 73, scientists fitted the tragic victim role perfectly down to his aptitude for chess and his eccentric wardrobe and mannerisms. Eccentric, schizophrenic. This bastard could have raped her, and she was just fucking over a rapist. Meanwhile, mother and son pair accused the murder of Willa Blanc and Lewis Wilkinson and make textbook pantomime baddies. Pantomime baddies. What the fuck are you talking about? Textbook pantomime baddies. Blanc is the alleged author of the macabre murder plot and is held in local jail. $10 million bail. She faces the death penalty if found guilty. On the basis of a partial confession by her son, detectives believe Sartori was held captive in a basement for a week, strapped to a chair, duct tape, drugged in order to reveal passwords and sign documents that gave him access to their fortune. The accused have both pleaded not guilty to multiple counts of murder and kidnapping. On January 20th, Wilkinson will face a hearing to decide if he is fit to stand trial. The story has appalled the American public. We all struggle to have faith in mankind. Linda Talley Smith. Yeah, right. Mankind, like what? If a fucking cop kills a daughter, you'll fucking prosecute her? Yeah, right. You keep on struggling with that fucking struggle, you corrupt fucking bitch. To think that a man who was already paranoid, who lived his whole life in fear of others, could fall prey to something so horrific as heartbreak. And you didn't even know him. You have no idea what the fuck he did or why they did what they said that they did. Gifted inventor, 3 patents, retired in 92, devoted his life to searching for extraterrestrial life. So he's like a fucking weird-ass conspiracy theorist, right? Investing on Wall Street, fucking short-selling, causing the whole market to collapse so he can make a couple extra pennies. Complex algorithms in his head. Okay. They're doing this. They're getting ridiculous with this fucking genius shit. So, last January, according to the LA Times, Sartori had a shy date with the woman he met through an internet site for people with personality disorders. They held hands. His private life, however, was overshadowed by mental illness. So he's mentally fucking ill. He's mentally fucking ill. And we're allowing him just to run around and shit. He's mentally fucking ill. What did he actually say and do to him? Was he shitty to him? And then they say, well, you gonna be shitty to me? Well, fuck you. Apparently, as these friends had first revealed the scientist was missing last February, concerned he stopped returning calls. That woman is claimed was Willa Blanc. All right, we find nothing about what she has to say. I want to fucking talk to Willa Blanc. I want to know what the fuck she has to say about this entire issue. Because Linda Talley Smith, this fucking piece of shit here, she does not give a fuck about truth and justice. You saw a fucking 19-year-old preschool teacher get fucking shot up on fucking camera, and you're gonna sit there and say it wasn't fucking murder? Who are you gonna believe? The fucking officer or your goddamn lying eyes? Is that what it is? You think your eyeballs are lying to you? So this is Linda Talley Smith. She's avoided the fucking media, hasn't fucking brought any charges, waited for about a month or so. The sheriff waited 5 days to even call the Kentucky State Police once he covered the scene up and had everybody's story straight, right? So waited 5 days. Yeah, the scene is corrupted. The Kentucky State Police had they was, being honest with that. They still should have investigated. So that automatically sounds like another cover-up. The KSP ain't even fucking investigating. KSP ain't even investigating. Usually it's the case. I would trust the KSP to investigate a murder case over local fuckers, because local fuckers will cover this shit up. So not even KSP is doing it. The coroner, he's going to come out with some fucking information, and he's not going to tell the truth. He's not going to say anything. The UK thing, I mean, that's just white supremacy. It's just all the fucking thing is coming back. If I find she's a Protestant, she's Republican, right? So she cares about the rich and the corporations. She's in favor of the Iraq war. She's in favor of all them, the Iraqi people fucking being genocided. 1 million Iraqi people dead. Gaza, they killed 2,000 in Gaza. So she's all about Israel, right? Sarah Palin, I love Israel. Israel's so good. Well, that's why they're fucking being murdered, because you got people who's in positions of power who have no morals and no ethical scruples whatsoever. Republican is a person who is for power and money and nobody else. That's a real Republican. They're for themselves. I got mine. Fuck all y'all. And I understand that mentality. In a capitalist society, you have to be somewhat, capitalistic. But I haven't lost my humanity and my heart and my soul. So unfortunately, Linda Talley Smith and even probably her fucking husband has. They have no fucking soul. So in poll, Northern Kentucky attorneys back Smith for judge. Jeff Smith, right? So he ran, and I think he won, for a district judge in Boone and Gallatin County, while opinions of the Campbells family court judge were much closer. Smith, a Boone County assistant attorney for 7 years. Assistant attorney, so I guess that's just working for some lawyer, was rated well qualified or qualified by 213 lawyers in a judicial poll conducted by the Northern Kentucky Bar Association. His opponent, lawyer Rick Brueggeman of Union, got 86 well-qualified or qualified votes. So comparably, they're saying that Rick Brueggeman is no good, and, this fucking Smith, Jeff Smith is the bomb. Now, Rick Brueggeman, I'll say this. Rick Brueggeman, he's got like 10, 12, 18 kids or something, okay? So Rick Brueggeman, he is... Brueggeman, that's a German name. He's a Republican, but he's not I hope he's not your typical Republican. Fuck all the Republicans. Rand Paul's a bastard. He's changing his mind. Once you get power, you become less principled. But, Rick Brueggeman, I think, is a Ron Paul type of Republican, which would mean he would convict a Tyler Brockman. If you want a judge who will convict a person, whether you're guilty or, whether you're a person of power or prestige or not, if you commit a crime, I think Rick Brueggeman would be more likely to file charges and put you in jail than a fucking Jeff Smith. District judge is the court of lesser appeals, and circuit judge, so really they deal with misdemeanors and shit. But the fucking Rick Brueggeman, I haven't heard what he says, and if he's been silent, because I saw him with the Republican booth, so he hangs out with these fucking assholes, these corporate fucking Karl Rove, fucking George Bush, fucking warmongering, John McCain, like these fucking bastards, right? Fucking Rush Limbaugh. There is no consistency with the Republican Party. It's all in fucking disarray and it's all in shambles. But there's a Karl Rove Republican Party, and then there's a Ron Paul Republican Party, and there's a battle for what the heart of the Republican Party actually is. So it's probably just Rush Limbaugh, right? That fat fucker just being like, fuck everybody, fuck the blacks, fuck the Mexicans, give me my Oxycontin. And, they'll listen to him even though he's a big fucking pillhead, with Oxycontin. But how many people has she thrown in fucking prison for Oxycontin? So, yeah, this is America, but we don't have a right to our own bodies. They fucking enforce the fucking, war on drugs and shit, but that's prohibition. Prohibition didn't work because you created Al Capone's. You're creating the fucking criminals. You're creating a profit incentive for people to risk getting hit by the cops so they can make a shit ton of fucking money. So the war on drugs is good for the cops, good for the judges, good for the drug dealers, bad for the population. So the drug dealers, they're in on it too, so just pay the fucking, cops and the fucking lawyers a bunch of money. They fucking, then if actually you do that, you're a fucking smart drug dealer like that, then that would allow you to rat on any other drug dealers or any other fucking competition and then they will fucking arrest them. So it's a perfect fucking relationship, right? Drug dealer, cops, and judges, they get together. And what if the judge or the cops actually were drug dealers? And the fuck, I've actually heard the cops have a higher chance of being drug abusers, domestic violence fucking, you know, pieces of shit, or they're more likely to have mental illness than the regular, you know, average population, which makes sense because the position of a cop only appeals to sort of, I don't want to say simpletons, but I want to say people who only want power. You know, so that's a lot of short, bald men. A lot of short, bald men become cops because, you know, I got power now, and damn you, how dare you tell me what, you know, y'all pick on me and shit. I got power now, right? So these fucking little bitch-ass fucking insecure motherfuckers get power, and then once they get power, they go around fucking beating, you know, black folks up, or whatever the fuck they do. So this election, Jeff Smith winds up winning. This is 10-10, so this is 4 years ago. Rick Brueggeman lost by like 100 votes, which is the amount of grip shovers. And then you also have Jeff Smith, right? Jeff Smith had won. And I think he's running against a Smith again. We're going to talk more about, you know, his Rick Brueggeman. We're going to see him again. So here is Linda Talley Smith. When she's all made up and got all that makeup, she doesn't look the same as this picture. She's like... She seems like dressed down here. She seems more plain. She's got a pretty face, so she doesn't really need the makeup, right? And here, she just looks like a different person, right? So she's got this makeup and shit, and she looks sort of all dolled out, right? So she looks like, I don't want to say a whore who goes to, you know, fucking racers and dances around and shit. But this person right here, I respect this woman here way more than I respect this woman here. This woman here is just trying to get men to like her, trying to get men's lust and shit to trick them and fucking, you know, fuck everybody else's over so she can get all the plea bargains and convictions that she wants to get. She did brag about that. All these smooth talking men think they could just get me to do this and get me to do that. Okay, yeah, you hate men, so you're automatically sexist. I fucking get it. Okay, that automatically, I don't fucking trust that shit. But why would you not protect a baby girl? You have baby girls. Why would you not fucking protect them? Why do you not give a shit? You just want to fucking protect your fucking powerful friends and shit. There's a channel. There's a channel here, Jerry Eldridge, and Jerry Eldridge has fucking kicked ass, actually. He has found actually, or he has put up a lot of videos about Samantha Ramsey. So he's actually kicking ass when it comes to this case. And he's like, I would say probably about a dozen to 20 videos, all of which are worthy of watching. He investigates pretty much everything. Some people say, well, he didn't shoot, you know, until about 5 minutes after that tape. No, right as soon as he goes off to the side, that's when he kills her. So we see about 4 seconds away from the actual murder. We see him chase her, we see him go off to the side, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're dead. And I think it was about 4 seconds. And then eventually we see the car back up, and then we see some of the people getting out of the car just shaking their head and shit. So Samantha Ramsey shooting, all the evidence necessary. Jerry Eldridge. Samantha Ramsey, friends show outrage and grief. Witnesses dispute Boone County statement on the Samantha Ramsey death. Shooting of Mike Brown and Samantha Ramsey, so he makes a comparison. You know, Mike Brown is shot, and then there was riots, right? So the riots actually brought the more attention on the case, but he's saying, look, you know, I don't know what he's actually saying here. Look, white women don't have any power. But he is making a good point that the Mike Brown shooting got a ton of publicity, and Samantha Ramsey got some publicity. And then when I go to Wikipedia, they actually use the argument that this case isn't substantial. It's not significant because she wasn't notable and it hasn't got national headlines. So who gives a damn about the shooting of Samantha Ramsey? That's Wikipedia, the fucking pedophiles, Jimmy Wales, and all that motherfucker shit. I mean, I used to defend Wikipedia so fucking much. I'm glad actually I wrote that article because you get to see who people really fucking are. So a bunch of weird people like topics, right? A bunch of fucking topics, creepy ass motherfuckers are running Wikipedia. They have avatars, they don't put their real names on it, and I'm stupid enough, I put my real name on it, then they blast me, and then I have to, like, I'm yelling at, like, some weird, like, you know, T-Bone Market or something, you know, like, just some stupid name that's not their name, and they can never fall back on them, and they'll defend that fucking moniker like it was who they really were. I am fucking LOL, right? I am LOL. How dare you tell LOL what to do? I am LOL. No, you ain't LOL, you Dahmer, motherfucker, you creepy, you fucking sick, and, you know, people that don't mind just fucking kind of hurting others, that's, That's psycho. You know, if you can't empathize with others, then you're a fucking psycho. You fucking fake ass Christian motherfuckers. So, right, okay, Samantha Ramsey's more. Samantha Ramsey shooting in Virginia. Samantha Ramsey shooting. Samantha Ramsey's family death. Samantha Ramsey's $6.5 million. Coroner report was released. The coroner didn't want to release some information, so that's clearly a cover-up, right? The coroner shows there's clearly a cover-up. The Kentucky State Police did not investigate, so that's not a cover-up, but that's negligence, right? That's like, fuck it, I don't even want to fucking fuck with you guys. Boone County, it's a fucking bastion. It's a fucking big fucking, you know, Republican Central. They have Thomas Massie had won the congressional seat up there. They have the Rick Brueggeman. They had Bob Williams had actually said about Rick Brueggeman was that he runs a cult, right? So there's also the man who was judge executive, Jerry Lynn, or let's see, Gary Moore. Gary Moore used to be the judge executive of Boone County, and he was pro-life. He was very much, I hate abortion, I'm very pro-life. And if you're pro-life, right, you fucking Republicans, if you're truly fucking pro-life, why are you killing baby girls? And why are you not giving a fuck about her life? Y'all ain't pro-life. Y'all pro-death. You're all in favor of fucking Iraq war and the Gazan people dying. You just say pro-life just to fucking have like some moral. I am more moral than you because I care about fetuses and, you know, not fetuses. You can't take the morning after pill. Yeah, well, actually, I don't know. I wish she would have got pregnant. Catherine Getz, but I remember Catherine Getz, we had, you know, premarital sex, and there might have been some splooging, and so I went to the, you know, to the women's, I don't know, the fucking Planned Parenthood, and got the morning after pill, and I didn't feel one fucking bit guilty about it. So, no, we didn't kill anybody. There was nobody that died with that. We had sex, the next day she takes a pill. You know, it takes, like, so much time for it to attach to the wall, even if there was fertilization, which is, like, really the point that life exists. It's a fucking cell. You know, it doesn't have a heartbeat, it doesn't have a brain, and fuck you. Fuck you. You're going to make some people, like, have children when they don't want to have children because it's a cell. Wait a second, that cell has rights, but it's inside a woman. So some people say it's like an organ, right? It's like her own fucking, it's like a parasite almost, right? If you kill a parasite or a flu, or you're a murderer, you killed life. They used to, okay, anyway. So my point is, they say they're pro-life, but they fucking letting, you know, Samantha Ramsey die. So, okay, yeah, that's Linda Talley Smith. This is, let's see how the Civil War of Kentucky is uploading here. Still 646 minutes are remaining. Here's the, right, I already showed you the Wikipedia page, which I made, and I think they're going to try to delete it, so I made a fucking image of it so you can read it whenever you want to. But, I mean, Wikipedia, the point of it is there for anybody to read. Anybody wants to get onto it, and they could also change and add shit if they wanted to. So if they fucking delete them, I'm fucking done with Wikipedia. I'm so fucking done with them assholes. Okay, and so the last thing that I'm going to talk about for this video, because I'm going to have probably about 3 more fucking, you know, fuck Tyler Brockman videos and Boone County politicians. Fuck all the politicians in Boone County and fuck Tyler Brockman. They're covering up a fucking murderer. They fucked over Ronnie Lee Smith. You know what Ronnie Lee Smith did? They charged that motherfucker with 3 felonies. And they charged Ronnie Lee Smith with 3 felonies because he tried to save his cousin from St. Elizabeth Hospital. 3 felonies. But Tyler Brockman murders a fucking girl, and he don't get not a misdemeanor, not a violation, not a ticket, not a fine, not even a goddamned warning. He don't get any felony charges, and he straight up fucking murdered somebody. So you try to save a cousin in a hospital, they'll throw 3 fucking felonies on your ass, right? But if you murder somebody and you got a badge, no fucking foul, who gives a fuck? Go on with your life. Good job. Fuck you all. You have no sense of justice or truth or what the fuck is going on. Ronnie Lee Smith was not a 3-time felon. He didn't murder anybody. He wasn't a Tyler Brockman. Ronnie Lee Smith was not a fucking Tyler Brockman. And you motherfuckers threw 3 fucking felonies on him. Froelich. That fucking Anthony fucking Froelich. Fucking bitch-ass fucking nobody. Big-ass fucking bitch. Men are the biggest fucking bitches out here. The problem with this country, this fucking world, is because of the fucking men. Fucking men. It's a goddamn war out here. These fucking cops go kill a bunch of Iraqi fucking girls and boys and babies and Gazans and all the fucking Pakistan and all the Somalia and Yemen and all these other fucking countries, and then they come back over here, they get a badge and they start killing us. That's what we got right now. In Boone County, we got fucking Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi fucking gangs, a rogue militia doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And you got Linda Talley Smith, who defends any and every one of their fucking crimes. You got neo-Nazi KKK motherfuckers. And as long as you go by the book, right, you cover your ass up, you say that person did the thing, you filed the damn charges, you'll get what the fuck you want to get. And it's bullshit. I hope the special prosecutor, I hope beyond all hopes that he comes up with something. It's fucking election year, and these motherfuckers have been dragging their feet for such a long time. It's supposed to be a fast jury trial, right? We're guaranteed a speedy fucking trial. Put his ass, charge the fucking files. There's probable cause that a fucking crime occurred. Put it before the grand jury. Get the citizens to decide if they want to try him or not. Once the citizens decide, you know what I think is going to happen? I'll tell you what the fuck I think is going to happen. I just figured this shit out. This is what they did in Louisville. Okay, so in Louisville, they, Clifford Lewis Jr. was murdered 2001, January 9th. He was killed by Johann Stimley. Johann Stimley and about 12 other cops goes and testifies. So you got 12 cops who's in the grand jury room, which nobody's allowed to watch. The public cannot see what's going on in the grand jury. It's just the prosecutor and the 12 members of the grand jury. And I guess maybe a bailiff, right, for protection. So you just have, 14 people, and then you have whatever witnesses the prosecutor wants to bring. Okay, so you have whatever witnesses the prosecutor wants to bring, and if the grand jury wants to hear from, the person they're trying to fuck over, then they can hear from them. So really, it's all the grand jury, but the prosecutor can fucking lead however they want to lead. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think what's going to happen in Boone County, I think it's a big cover up. I think they're going to sit there, they're going to come back with a report. The independent panel with all the fucking cops, the 20 fucking veteran year cops on the panel. So you're going to have this panel come back, and they're going to issue a report that says Samantha Ramsey had cocaine in her system and heroin and narcotics, and she was drunk and had weed, and she was just fucking crazy out of her fucking mind. She was ordered to stop. She didn't stop. The car gets really close to him. Yes, his story is right. Fuck it. They will put fucking bullshit, fucking justification and evidence in order to back up his bullshit story. And then what's going to happen with the grand jury is they're going to bring the grand jury in. They're going to bring all the bunch of fucking cops to testify to say what they had fucking saw when they investigated this shit. And nobody from Samantha Ramsey, she can't speak up, right? She dead. And I remember some cop actually saying, well, dead men don't speak lies. Yeah, well, the camera doesn't speak a fucking lie either, too. And she was fucking innocent, so it wouldn't be a lie whatsoever. In fact, it's the opposite. Dead person can't say shit, so you can pretty much cover your fucking ass up. He tried to shoot me, and, I had to defend myself. Well, who you gonna believe, me or your lying fucking eyes? So that's what I think is going to happen. I think the fucking cops, the independent panel, or the fucking cops on the scene, they're going to bring, like, a whole bunch of fucking cops dressed in plain clothes, so that way they recognize, the grand jury recognizes the cops as themselves, and they're going to bring a bunch of fucking cops in there, and they're going to cover it up. They're going to fucking say that Tyler Brockman's story was fucking correct. They're going to issue another fucking report, like a 9/11 commission, and they're going to sit there and say, yeah, everything that we've researched, everything that's going on, he did what he was supposed to do, and no fucking foul, no crime done. That's my prediction, but, I don't know this man, and maybe he's different than all the other fucking people that I've came across, but he was fucking kissing. He was a bitch of fucking Linda Talley Smith, so he was a bitch of a bitch. He's kissing fucking, this fucking asshole's fucking ass, and he has to love her. So I hope that they're, like, friends behind the scenes, and they can argue their cases without being enemies, which would be wonderful, because everybody deserves fucking representation, and he's representing... I don't know who he's representing, actually. If he's representing, we'll see. Tyler Brockman should at least be brought to trial, right? Of course he should be brought to trial. That's a no-brainer. Because a trial isn't you making a decision behind closed doors. A trial lets the whole public see what the fuck is going on. And then a jury of the public makes the decision. If these fucking assholes with their fucking high and mighty fucking positions and shit make the decision for us, we need a mutiny. It's fucking bullshit. They're covering this shit up. They've been dragging their damn feet. That's why they had an independent panel, and that's why they did all the shit that they did. That's why Linda Talley Smith didn't fucking file charges. She's probably best friends with Tyler Brockman, right? His fucking father-in-law is the fucking chief of the sergeant or whatever of Ellesmere. They've been hanging out with this motherfucker, and then there's like, 50 to 100 fucking Boone County police officers? So if the fucking, my theory is that all these motherfuckers only give a shit about their friends protecting their buddies and shit. Tyler Brockman's one of their fucking buddies. He's in one of the circles and shit. So they gonna go to bat. They gonna fucking do anything and everything to cover up his ass because they don't have morals. They have no ethics. They only want to fucking hurt whoever they can hurt, and they will only help their friends. They help their friends and hurt everybody else because they're, good prosecutors or what the fuck ever. Fuck you. You motherfuckers are listening to. He lied. We saw that he lied. How many other fucking Boone County cops are fucking lying to us? They're probably all liars, and they're all probably, would-be murderers. And if you allow this shit to happen, you're legalizing fucking murdering babies. Now you're not, or 19-year-olds. You legalized it. You're saying that it's acceptable for a police officer to fucking fire at somebody if they just don't obey your commands. That's Nazi Germany shit. That's neo-Nazism. It's fascism, totalitarianism. It's not a democracy. It's not fair. And the rule of law should be fair. So, all right. That's it. This is Jim Ram. This is who the fuck is this guy? Jim. I gotta memorize these names. Jim something. So Jim something. Oh, Jim something. Fuck. What the fuck's his name? We'll come back with his name. But this is the face. This is the man who's running the fucking special prosecution in the independent panel with all the fucking veteran cops. So, Jim something. Jim something, who used to work with Linda Talley Smith in Grant County as her assistant little gopher bitch.